welcome to another edition of the Enlightened Ignorance Podcast. I'm your host, J.Burnside. And again, unfortunately, my co-host, Devion Wilson, will not be with us this week. I hope he'll be here next week. I don't know. But like I always say, we're going to keep it pushing. We're going to keep it moving. And we're going to keep striving, man. I believe in our podcast, and I feel like we're going to do great. We got great things ahead of us if God sees fit. So, let's just keep going. Let's just keep going. So, wow, what a week. What a week. For a lot of people that do not know, me and Devion birthdays is on the same exact day, and our birthday just passed this week. This past Tuesday on the 9th of May, we said we both told each other happy birthday and all that shit. He's in Austin right now as usual. I was at the house. Actually, I had to work that day, but I had a few birthday wishes from everybody, from my friends and from my family. So I thank everybody who wished me and Devion a happy birthday. And it's nothing but love. It's nothing but love from us, and we just like to tell our friends and our family thank you on behalf of us. So let's get to some shit. Let's talk about Meek Mill. This past week, Meek Mill dropped 3 new tracks for his 30th birthday. The songs are called Slay, Backboard, and Left Hollywood. Now the big controversy behind those 3 tracks is, I think on the song Left Hollywood, he allegedly was throwing a little diss towards Drake. As well as Nicki Minaj, but I don't know it's on the same song. I know on Left Hollywood, he threw a diss towards Drake, allegedly threw a diss towards Drake on Left Hollywood. I don't know it's on the other song, on that same song, if he put it out. Actually, no. He allegedly took a diss out on Drake, and he kind of took a diss on Nicki on the song Slay. I'm not going to say what he said, because to me it didn't make sense to me. But I did not hear the song. Am I planning to hear the song? No, because I fell off of Meek a long time ago. I think since his album Dreams Before Nightmares. I think that was the album. Yeah, I think it's Dream Over Nightmares. Either Dreams Over Nightmares or something else. I don't know. It's been a while. But now, if he did a diss towards Drake and Nicki Minaj, big question. A lot of people will ask themselves, should Drake and Nicki respond? And I don't necessarily know, because then a couple of days after that, Rick Ross was on the interview. I don't know what interview was that, where he said that the beef between Drake and Meek are over. He low-key sat down with Rick Ross, sat down with Drake, and they talked it out and they worked it out. And he says everything is good. It's all fine and dandy. Talking about there was racks that was involved. I think 9 racks, whatever the fuck. And he's told them all's well as ends well, which I don't necessarily know that's necessarily true. Only reason why is because it's weird that if Rick Ross is saying yes, the beef is squashed, that's not a true way how to squash a beef. What you need to do is have Meek on one end and Drake on the other hand, have them talk it out, have them work it out, and reach to an agreement. But that wasn't the case. It was just Rick Ross and Drake. So I understand Rick Ross is the owner or the president of Maybach Music, which is Meek Mill is under. But at the same time, this is the beef between AB, Meek Mill, and Drake. These two should have been talking it out, not Rick Ross. I know you're trying to keep all the peace, but if you're really trying to squash this necessarily beef, it should have been. You should have been been as a referee, Rick Ross, and have Meek on one corner and Drake on the other. Well, see what happens is I don't know if this is really fully over. I don't know if Nicki going to respond to this. She's the type of person that she kind of ignores it. If not, she jumps on everybody who likes the person that dissing her. We know that from the volume of this. Intense, but I don't really know. If it is over, it is over. If it's not, it's not. Nobody really cares. Everybody knows that Meek Mill lost to, whatever the fuck. He lost the battle between him and Drake, but we'll see what happens. Next story is Logic. Now Logic, a lot of people do not know. Logic is one of my favorite rappers in the game right now. To me, he's one of the most overlooked, underrated rappers that's out that doesn't really get his credit. And it sucks to say that because he been dropping not hit songs, but hit albums. Good albums, great albums, in my opinion, but it's always been overlooked. And I know I don't want to say that because if you check on my Instagram, J_Burnside, J_Burnside_94. I don't even know my damn Instagram name. God damn, that's sad. J_Burnside_94. Logic always been my number 3, number 2. Clear is number 1. He never got a chance to be my number 1, but I want him to be my number 1. I want his project to be my number 1, but that's another story. But Logic just dropped his album Everybody on Friday. On Friday of May 5th. And if you listen to Everybody, I believe Everybody was a really dope project. It was really, really, really good. Really good. But then again, I'm saying for me, that's just another Logic project, another great Logic project. He's the type of person that never disappointed me with any of his songs, with any of his tracks at all. I mean, it's always been my favorites over other songs, But that's how it is for every album. But he dropped his album Everybody this past week, and it got critically acclaimed success. A lot of people like it. A lot of people fuck with it. A lot of people think that this might be the album of the year. Me personally, I do think this is gonna be the album of the year. It's a to me right now it's a 1-on-1 bout between Everybody and Damn. These two are level headed right now. Or what might be my favorite album of the year. But you may never know. I gotta listen a couple more between them two, and I'll probably make my decision at the end of the year. Matter of fact, I will make my decision by the end of the year. But again, release the album. Everybody loves it. So what's crazy about it is this possibly may be Logic's very last album. He on a Genius interview, he said that's going to be the last one. Everything with my life has been so fucking serious, and it's been a fucking message. And that's not to say there won't be a message and whatever, but I just want to end everything with a really big bang and get the fuck out of here. Better go out on top like Jerry Seinfeld. 9 seasons, number 1. 9 seasons, number 1 fucking show in the world, over $1 billion. I'd rather do that. Now, what my thoughts is, it sucks. I really want him to really drop more projects, but if this is his last one, I think he really left with a big bang. I think he left his mark. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that means he's gonna stop doing music. I don't know if that means he's gonna stop making projects in general. I don't know if he, just done with music in general. And like I just said, this done is done with music in general. But if it is so, I mean, he put his foot on the album. I didn't necessarily see the documentary. I would like to see the documentary, but based on the trailer of the documentary, he put a lot of effort in this project. A lot of instruments, a lot of vocals, a lot of shit. So, again, everybody album was really good, really dope. Would I like for this album to be his last? No, because Logic is so young and he could put out so much music. But then again, he put enough music as it is. You want to talk about it. But you got to think of it. Logic is like really, I'm not going to say he's not really the only one, but he's one of the few artists that, can consistently drop a project every year, whether it's a mixtape, whether it was an album. He always dropped some type of music for his fans because that's always his number one priority was his fans. And I think he probably felt like there's nothing more for him to do. And, felt like that there's nothing more for him to do. And he want to just end out with some, like, in his shit, in his reign, in his prime. And, walk out in the sunset and just live his happy life with his wife, have a bunch of kids, and et cetera, et cetera. And I want that for him too. I want him to have that happy life, live every day, happy with his wife and having a bunch of kids, whatever makes Logic happy. I will say this, in my opinion, if he does leave the music altogether, it will come back. It's always, when you really love something and you walk away from it, it's like an itch. It's really an itch. It's always that itch, to really go back and do what you want to do, what you love to do. You can say that's about NBA players who step out of the game, and a couple of more months, weeks, months, days comes at a time. You had that itch, man. You want to get back out there. You want to go back and drop 20, 30 points a game, as well as football players or baseball players or soccer players. Y'all know what I mean. But I think even if he did, and the guy is crazy because the guy is 27 years old. 27. That's fucking young. And I don't know, I forgot how long he's been doing this, but he's been doing this quite a while, at least dropping music at least. But, 27 years old, that's mad young. And for him to say, hey, this is my last album, don't expect nothing more, no more albums for me or whatever, it is what it is. I don't think that means he's done with music, but, album-wise, of course, duh. But you always have that itch that you have once you step away from something that you really love and you really love doing. It's always going to be in you to go back and do it again. So that's why I feel about Logic. If he does walk away from music, or this is his last album, or whatever the fuck, whatever else you want to do, he's going to have that itch of like, you know what? I miss the music. I miss rapping. I miss playing on my MPC. I miss the orchestra. I miss creating something great and something good that I fucking love, and somebody else, so many other people love, and I want to go back to doing that. You know what? I'm gonna just drop another project, whether it's a mixtape or a fucking EP or a damn album. No matter, you're always gonna have the itch. But shout out to Logic. He did get some good sales. I don't know these sales, but I heard his sales was pretty good. But again, everybody album by Logic was really good, really great. To me, right now, it's neck and neck between Damn and everybody. If you feel Damn is way more better than everybody, that's great. If you feel like everybody is way more better than Damn, that's fucking great. If you feel like something else is way better than them two, that's fucking great. But for me personally, I feel like these two are neck and neck on my favorite album of the year. So shout out to you, Logic, man. I hope I hope this absence from you doesn't, we don't lose you for that long, But shout out to Logic. Next subject. The ZO2s. Okay, so for the people who do not know what the ZO2s is, the ZO2 is a signature shoe that is for a college player finna go to the NBA by the name of Lonzo Ball. He is he's mostly noticed by his father, LeVar Ball, making comments or statements saying, "If I can beat Michael Jordan 1-on-1 back in my heyday," which is blasphemy. It's really funny, but he's LeVar Ball is also the same guy that says he wants his sons to have $1 billion shoe deal. If it's not $1 billion, then he don't want nothing to do with it. And that's one of the main reasons why Nike, Under Armour, I think it's just Nike, Under Armour. Even Adidas too. They want nothing to do with Lonzo Ball because of his father. But they found somebody. I forgot what company it was. And now he has his own shoe called the ZO2s. The ZO2s is ringing up for $500 a pair. $500 freaking dollars a pair. Now, if y'all haven't seen it, you should see it for yourself and let me know in the comments, is it worth if the ZO2s is worth $500? To me, the ZO2s ain't worth shit. Not to say the shoe is bad. The shoe is decent looking. I'm gonna say that. I know a lot of social people on social media was flaming on the ZO2s, but me, I didn't think the ZO2s was that bad looking. It is look like a wearable shoe, but it's not a $500 a pair. It's really not. But these ZO2s running up $500. If you want to get his signature by Lonzo Ball, then that will cost you over $900. And he even got slides that's worth over $200. And these slides, dude, I can go to Nike. I can go to Nike right now and get some for $20. Some basic generic. It looked like some basic generic, slides. It don't look like nothing really stand out to me. Something like, oh man, I want to get these slides. No, they don't look like that at all. Neither the shoe. Look like, if I was to put it in a price range, I will at least put it under $80 bucks. If I was to necessarily price that shoe, it would be under $80. I think I heard Charlemagne, a coworker told me that Charlemagne said, well, people buy $750 for the Yeezys, and I agree with that. But when it comes to the Yeezys, I don't see why people will pay for that much for them high top Yeezys. This is the high top Yeezys. I'm not talking about the low top Yeezys. Low top Yeezys like $350. I still think that smug is way too high, but people still buy it. But it's like, oh, okay, so what's makes so difference from the ZO2s? Here's the reason. When you look at the shoe, it doesn't look like it's worth $500 to spend. Number two, Lonzo Ball is not even drafted to the NBA yet. We don't even know what progress he's going to do in the NBA. Number two. No, actually, this is two. That's just two. I'm going to say that. Those are the two. Number two. Those are the two. Is that Lonzo Ball has never got drafted to the NBA yet. He's just a college player from UCLA that did his thing. I'm not going to lie. He had a good season. They got kicked out. I don't know who they lost to on the NCAA tournament. But and the shoe's not bad looking, but it's not worth $500, bro. It's not. And I feel like Lonzo, every time I look at Lonzo, he look like he's just taking it. He's just like, okay, just whatever, Dad. Just here, if you want to put over $500, that's fine. I really don't give a fuck. He's like he don't really care. He's just like his dad just acting out, and he's just chilling. Like it doesn't bother him. He know it does. He know it does. It does bother him. Because if you ask me, Lonzo, I feel like Lonzo really want to get sponsored, whatever the fuck, by maybe Under Armour, Nike, Adidas, not Puma. No, God's sake, not Puma. Not a shot at Puma, but all you Puma lovers. But yeah, like big major sports, big major companies like those, he probably would want to do partners with them. But his daddy think otherwise. Want a $1 billion contract for each of his sons, which Lonzo Ball is now going to be drafted to the NBA. Most likely will be drafted to the NBA. You'll figure out what team he will be drafted to. Whoever happens. But but that's what I was saying. The ZO2s does not look like it's worth $500. If you pay for it, more power to you. If you love it, more power to you. It's a decent pair of shoes. It's not that good looking, but it's not that ugly to me. But other people say otherwise, so good luck, Lonzo. You're gonna need it. Let me see. Now, matter of fact, I'm gonna say that for last. Diddy was somewhat in the news today. Well, not in the news today, but this past week for his picture that he was in with him, Travis Scott, Wiz Khalifa, Jaden Smith, and the Migos. Now they was all dressed up at the Met Gala that passed this week, and under the caption he typed in #Black Excellence. What's so crazy about that is the picture was originally them 5 people: Diddy, Travis Scott, Wiz Khalifa, Jaden Smith, and the Migos. I said 5 people. That's now you know the nigga don't know how to count. Now you know the nigga don't even know how to count. But what's crazy about it is Diddy, Travis Scott, Wiz Khalifa, Jaden Smith, and the Migos was all set in the picture. And the original picture was all of them plus Kylie and Kendall Jenner. It was original. It originally was posted by Kylie, but Diddy looks like he cropped it and kind of took them two out of there and just put them together. So people thinking like maybe Diddy was shading Kylie and Kendall. Maybe he just don't really fuck with them two. Or maybe he just wanted to do a Black Excellence picture and he just wanted to crop them out. And my thoughts is I think Diddy just wanted to crop them out just to have a good Black Excellence picture. I know he's a very very active on what comes to Black Excellence. So I don't think that's necessarily a diss towards Kylie and Kendall. If it is, it is. but it don't look much of a a diss. But I mean, it is what it is. Not really much to say about it. It just, I feel like Diddy didn't shade Kylie and Kendall. He just wanted to have a picture just full of him and his black people talking about black excellence. They had you got guys again. You got guys like Diddy, Travis Scott, Wiz Khalifa, Jaden Smith, the Migos, all in this beautiful fundraiser at the Met Gala, dressed up, talking, having a good time, seeing these guys that just does hip hop. Other than Jaden Smith, he does acting and a little bit of hip hop, but they doing their thing at the Met Gala, man. You feel like they made it. So that's all black excellence, man. Hard work pays off. But did that shade Kendall and Kylie? I don't know. Maybe he doesn't like the Kardashians. Maybe he don't give a fuck about the Kendall sisters. Maybe not. I don't know. Just, I guess. Yeah. So that happened. What else? What's else going on in the news? Oh, Funk Flex. I like to say Funk Flex, even though it's Funk Master Flex, but it's just Funk Flex. Now me and Davion talked about last week how me and him talked about last week how Funk Flex was over here saying Tupac shot himself actually, instead of actually getting robbed at gunpoint. And he was getting a lot of flack for that, but he came back and had a little emotional he was real emotional in his last live stream on Instagram. Let me see what it says. In the clip that lasted well over 40 minutes, the radio personality offered some insight into why he spoke of Tupac more than 20 years after his death at several points of the video. Flex explained that his only issue with the rapper was the fact that he blamed Biggie for the Quad Studio shooting. He said, and I quote, "I know people take this as we shouldn't say anything bad, disrespectful about the dead. And I'm on that page, all right? But Biggie, Notorious B.I.G. died also. With Pac, his contribution to the game is second to none. From his lyrics, the amount of people he inspired. I mean, I loved him before death row. Pac, this is my pet peeve, is that Biggie, Notorious B.I.G. did not set him up in the studio that night to get robbed. That's my only issue." And then he talking about the accusations. He addresses the accusation from T.I. That he says he violated the G code, and people don't know what G code is God code. So he went on and boldly stated that if Pac didn't die, Biggie wouldn't have died. Oh, I'm sorry. Scratch that. He said he made a bold statement saying from Funk Flex said if Tupac didn't lie, Biggie wouldn't have died. And then he started to get emotional, saying, "Bro, that's not a freaking G code. He lied. Biggie died. That's my only issue. That's it. Biggie wouldn't have fucking died if that nigga wouldn't have lied. He lied. Y'all niggas worship him. He lied." And I'm just like, dude, come on, man. That's all I gotta say, bro. Come on. Really? Did it have to come to this? Me and Davion already said why if this is the statement that you saying, that's what necessarily you believe. Why are you saying this over 20 years? This is a statement. This is your quote unquote statement, even though you got nothing to back it up. And then you want to necessarily get mad because T.I. saying you broke the G code. He's talking about, oh, I didn't broke the G code. Biggie Biggie would have fucking died if Tupac didn't lie, man. This is some messed up BS, man. So y'all think it's worse up here, man. Like, nigga, really? Bruh, it's not that crucial. It's really not that crucial. A lot of people do not believe you. I do not believe you. This little fake ass tears is not gonna do nothing for me, homie. No disrespect for you, Funk Flex, and because you did a lot. You did a lot, and you inspired a lot of DJs and shit. And I'm not gonna take you upon that. That I necessarily respect. I salute you. All that, yada yada yada. But this little accusation that you're making, and then you want to sit here and cry about it, it doesn't make fucking sense. It really doesn't. It really doesn't make fucking sense. It doesn't make sense that you necessarily talking about this 20 years after he passed. It doesn't make sense, make the accusations. It doesn't make sense how Tupac, if you say, shot himself and blame Biggie for it, started the shit when he clearly got four. I'm sorry, guys. Who clearly got 4 bullet wounds, 1 in the groin, I think 1 in his arm, 2 in his arm, I think even 1 in the head, where it was, I think it was a graze. I don't see how that's how he will lie about that. How he will do that to himself and then blame Biggie for it. That doesn't make any fucking sense. Your tears is when I see the tears, it's roll my eyes. Actually, I fucking laughed. And I feel like your story is bullshit, but that's just personally my opinion. If y'all think Tupac actually shot himself, then I guess. But I don't really believe him. And even Suge Knight's son blasted on Funk Flex. Knight Jr. or Suge Jacob Knight offered one of the most harsh critics, referencing Flex as a bitch made ass nigga, and Puff's bitch after Flex named his father in a series of tweets that complained the original Instagram live session. So yeah, even Mike Epps was making fun of this shit. So and I was laughing. But yeah, Funk Flex, there was no reason for you to cry. Even if you did cry, people still don't believe you, and it was just a funny moment. But you know, I guess. Next topic. Chris Brown. I'm sorry again, guys. Chris Brown. Okay, let me get ahead of myself. Okay, so let me read this real quick. Chris Brown has found himself on a defense report. Found reports that Karrueche Tran, which is Chris Brown's ex, is set to appear in court to speak on the abuse she allegedly suffered at his hands. So basically he's saying that if y'all don't know, Karrueche Tran, who is Chris Brown's ex, has blatantly made a statement that she is willing to go to court and testify that he abused her while they was together, by abuse her by punching her in the stomach, throwing her off the stairs, etc. And she's saying all of this to try to get this permanent restraining order. In this past week, Chris Brown was it was said that Chris Brown was served papers at his birthday celebration in Houston. Chris Brown recently replied that he did not receive any papers. Karrueche Tran and her team are lying. They using his abuse claims that he did with Rihanna. Y'all know what happened there. As for leverage to get this permanent restraining order out against him, and they feel like they're slandering his name, and he feel like he needs a restraining order against her. Now Chris Brown doesn't really has a good track record when it comes to Karrueche. I'm not going to go into detail. Y'all, I think a lot of people know artists already. But if it is true, that Chris Brown did abuse Karrueche, I think the dude needs help. He has some type of demons that he needs to work on. He needs to finish rehab because he never really finished rehab. But if it is true, that dude needs help. He needs help fast before he go to the deep end and there's no turning back. He's lucky enough that his career got back to where it somewhat used to be after he beat Rihanna, which I know it's in the past. We moved on. But if it is true, that it's sad. It's really sad because Chris Brown's very talented and he got some demons that he refused to deal with, and he needs some help. But if Chris Brown is telling the truth, Karrueche Tran, that's really fucked up. What you're doing, he's already have a bad rep as it is, so you're trying to make it worse. I know you're trying to do anything and everything to try to get Chris Brown out of your own life, and I see what you're saying, but that's cool. Do what you have to do. Now I can say that well, if Chris Brown, because Chris Brown also said that he was not only that Karrueche and his team are lying, he felt like he needed a straight order out against her. And also he says, I'm not going to go to court for something I didn't freaking do. So since he says he did not do this, he's not going to go to court to agree with this restraining order, whatever the fuck. And also said he never received any type of papers in his birthday party in Houston, Texas, which I didn't know he celebrated his birthday in Houston. Yeah, H-Town to the fullest. But saying this is it's a lie. It's all a lie, and that actually begs the question. Is Chris Brown telling the truth? I don't know. This ain't the first time somebody trying to slander Chris Brown. This won't be the last time people gonna try to slander Chris Brown. What he needs to do, in my opinion, he needs to lease his house, pack up his shit, get on the first flight to Virginia, and fucking stay there. That's what he needs to do. This dude needs to get away from it all. He needs to get away from it. He needs to get away from the lights. He needs to get away from the cameras. He just needs to get away from it all. Stay in Virginia, my dude. Stay there. Find yourself. Go back to church. Learn. Rededicate your life to God. And live your life. Do the right path, because what you're going through, this is not cool. Whether you did this to yourself, which most likely you did, or not, you need to step out of that, But I don't know. Is Chris Brown telling the truth? Based on the track record, it doesn't look pretty good. And it look like, and a lot of people are, you got the You got the people that fucking hate Chris Brown's like, yes, Karrueche, get that restraining order. Do what you got to do to get away from that sick bastard. And then you got Team Breezy just like, oh, she's a fucking bitch. Oh, she's a liar. Oh, she's just trying to do this to get some money. Oh, man, she's just trying to get back in the spotlight, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm like, I'm in the middle. I'm the person's in the middle. I don't know who I'm siding on in this one, because anything can happen. I've seen it happen. I've seen anything can happen, and I don't know who's really telling the truth. All I know is whoever's telling the truth, the other person's really looks stupid, really looks dumb, and really looks like a fool. So, Chris Brown, I hope you're telling the truth for your sake and for your career, because if this turned out to be true, I think you're still gonna have your loyal fans that's still there, still fucks with you, but your reputation is just going down and down and down and down by the minute, because you are always in the limelight, whether it was intentional or whether it was not. It's still in the limelight. So, man, good luck with you, man. I know you're gonna need it, man. Just like Funk Flex, and just like who else? Well, yeah, that's it. But yeah. What else has happened this week? Sorry, I have a list of shit here. Kehani hits the stage for her show. Not feeling the best. The Good Life singer made an emotional speech to fans canceling her show and told them that she needed to go to the hospital because she felt crazy. I'm really sorry, she says in a clip captured from the show. I told my team I would try to do a good show, and I'm so sorry. As you hear about the tears, Kehani offered refunds to fans even if they had to come out of her own pocket. She almost promised to reschedule the show, which will reportedly take place on the top of June, according to TMZ. Now, when she did that, a lot of people were necessarily concerned if Kehani happened to go back to like her was going to have another mental breakdown, and they was very concerned, even though a lot of people was necessarily pissed off. That's like, yo, man, I paid a lot of money to see Kehani, and now Kehani telling me she's not going to be able to do it, not going to be able to perform. And I get that. You know, if I pay money to see somebody, I want to see somebody perform, and they telling me, hey, due to such and such, we're not going to be able to. We're not going to. She or the artist or stuff are not gonna be able to perform due to such and such. And yeah, you would definitely be pissed off about that. But so when she took to Instagram Tuesday, the day after she was supposed to perform, to clarify reports suggesting that it was on a repeat of what happened last year. She said, hey guys, not sure why blogs were reporting that I had a mental breakdown, but mentally I'm fucking fantastic. Physically, tour is exhausting and people getting sick all the time. She reportedly captioned under their Instagram video, which is no longer on her page. Please be aware what you spread in regards to mental health, and that can be really detrimental. I love you guys. Speak only what you know. Her manager also said that her whole team, the band members, whatever, all went under the weather. Is she saying? Here's what I didn't understand. If she's saying that it was because of exhaustion, I probably didn't say that right too, and the sickness. Why did she say I need to go to the hospital because she felt crazy? It doesn't make any sense. You necessarily went to the show, supposed to perform, and told them like I can't do it. I feel crazy. I need to go to the hospital, et cetera, et cetera. And then the next day you're saying like, I didn't have another mental breakdown. I'm just exhausted. I'm tired. I just need a little rest, etc., etc. You know, and I get that, but I think you cannot expect the people to. You cannot expect the people to think otherwise if you're saying that you felt crazy and you need to go to the hospital. That's not a good thing. But then again, she probably wasn't all the way there. She was a little exhausted, so she probably had most likely just said she felt crazy, even though she didn't think what she said at the time. So I may be thinking over it, or maybe I'm thinking too much of it. Maybe she's just saying she felt crazy because she meant to say she felt sick and felt exhausted, but crazy just was the first thing came up in her mind. So, shout out to Kehani. I know her album did really good. A lot of people said you like it. I didn't get a chance to listen to it, but I heard a lot of people like it, and it got a lot of good among critics. But shout out to Kehani. Shout out to Kehani. I hope she's well rested and, get back on tour and, perform for her fans because her fans love her. I also, I'm going to say it second to last. Oh, so second to last, Bowwow. Bow wow wow yippee yo yippee yay, bow wow yippee yo yippee yay, bow wow wow yippee yo yippee yay, bow wow yippee yo yippee yay, bow wow wow. I'm sorry guys, I'm trying to have fun here. Bow Wow has been getting a lot of flack a couple of days ago, so I think a lot of people already know what happened to Bow Wow. Bow Wow was bragging about he was going on his private jet, getting ready for this reality show that he's executive producing on WeTV. He took a picture of this private jet with two cars on the side, and saying, "Let's go. I'm on my way to such and such, man, to get ready for this, this reality show and shit. Like, what's good, man? I got my own shit, blah 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 blah." But somebody posted it on social media of Chris Brown flying coach, a regular ass plane flight, Delta at best. When he got caught, he went out and said, like, "Hey man, this is a lying. People lying on me. Shoot, I was flying coach. People just using an old picture of me, and shit like that and all that." But then he also got caught again for lying by another person posting a picture of the image that he posted on Instagram from a website. So now it got to a point that he is getting flamed so much that this new hashtag Chris, not hashtag Chris, hashtag Bow Wow challenge is already starting and shit. I seen a couple. It was pretty funny. One of the most funny ones was like freaking Michael Blackson. Y'all need to follow Michael Blackson on Instagram because his Bow Wow Bow Wow challenges was funny as fuck. His Bow Wow challenges was funny as fuck. But my thoughts on the whole Bow Wow thing is, now I was a huge Bow Wow fan. I fucking loved Bow Wow when I was a kid. I thought that nigga was dope as fuck, man. Like Mike was actually my first ever hip hop album ever having, and I got that for Christmas. Yeah, I love Like Mike, and my mom was like, "Oh, here's Like Mike CD. Hope you like it." And I was jamming that shit. So I be playing basketball ball, be playing basket. Y'all seen the video and y'all seen the movie. It was real fun. It was real funny to me. Very fun to me. It was harmless. It wasn't all that great of a movie, but you took it for what it was. But yeah, man, I've been a Bow Wow fan for a long ass time. And over the years, his career has not been the same. His career was been on a decline for quite a while. Now, Bow Wow, we know you're not making the same amount of money that you was making in 05. We know you're not making the same bread as you was when you dropped Fresh as I'm Is. I remember I used to know that song word for word. Boy, man, that was the shit back then. But about to Bow Wow over here. I'm getting off course. But Bow Wow, we know you're not getting the same, making as much bread that you used to make. And that's fucking okay, God. That's fucking okay, you know. And for you to show out like that, and for you to lie like that, it really don't make fucking sense. It really doesn't make sense why would you lie that you have this, but you really have this, or would you have that when you really have that? And the crazy thing is, this is not the first fucking time you did it. You lied about you buying a house, which the estate said you rented it. Then you lied about you sitting in the high, you know, what they call it. I won't say high seats, but yeah, shoot, I forgot what it's called. Not the bleachers, but shit, my mind went blank. Oh, the skybox. Sorry, bragging about, oh man, you got tickets to the skybox to a Falcons game back in 2015, which it turns out that the Atlanta Falcons, he's saying he had tickets to the skybox on a Atlanta Falcons game on a week when they actually had a bye week. So you lied about that. Dude, you don't have to lie. We know you are not making the same amount of money that you used to make when you was in your prime. When you was in your prime, you were making a ton of dough. A lot of people would fuck with you. A lot of people wanted to be like you. Niggas wanted to be you. Girls wanted to be you. Wanted to be with you and shit. And for you to necessarily do that, I'm just like, what for you to lie like that? It's like, who are you trying to prove? Who are you trying to prove? Who are you trying to show out for? Who you showing out to tell people, to tell them, it's like, yes, I'm still getting money. Yes, I'm still relevant. Yes, I'm still making this amount of dough. Yes, I still go private jets and shit like that. Dude, Bow, it's okay. You're not making the money that you used to make. And that's fucking fine. As long as you are making enough money to feed yourself, to pay your bills, to take care of your daughter, that's what matters, man. You really don't have to show out for nobody, because at the end of the day, people still don't even give a fuck about you anymore. And not that's just saying a shot of Bow Wow, because I like Bow Wow. I'm still a Bow Wow fan. Back in his heyday, I'm still, you know, I still fuck with Bow Wow. Bow Wow was one of my first favorite rappers that was out there at the time. He was the only person I could relate to, because he was close to, he wasn't close to my age, but I was close to his age somewhat. And then going back on there, probably nowhere near, because he's gonna be 30. I'm just now 23, but y'all know what I mean. But yeah, man, he was my first rapper, because he was like the kid rapper that everybody's, you know, fucked with. Everybody wanted to be like and shit. And, you know, like, yeah, man, you get it. You're not making the music that you used to make. People not fucking with your music. You're getting some acting gigs from here to there, and you know your money has been a little bit low, and well, perfect honesty, that's okay, because as long as you still providing for yourself and your family, that's all that fucking matters. You don't have to show out to me because I'm too busy looking at other people. Maybe too busy looking at other people that has more luxury of money. You know, I guess because you don't feel like you don't want to be left out. Maybe because of that. Maybe because you don't want to feel left out. That's probably the reason why. But Bowwow, there's no reason for you to lie. You got enough bread to take care of yourself and your family. That's what fucking matters. Fuck all that social media shit. Fuck all the media shit. Bowwow, Shad Moss, just be yourself and just show what you got. You want to show what you got? Just show what you got. But show the real bread that you have. Do not show the stuff, the luxury that you do not have. You know? So, Bowwow, get it together, man. Get it together. The last and final thing I'm going to talk about is Tupac. Jeremiah, why are you talking about Tupac again? I'm going to tell you why I'm talking about Tupac again. Now it will be a Tupac documentary is underway. Yes, I said a Tupac documentary will be on its way. Now you may ask yourself, well, how's that so when the Tupac Shakur movie, All Eyes on Me, is expected to be dropping soon? So what's the point of making a documentary when the movie is about to come out? Here's the difference. The movie All Eyes on Me is not authorized by Tupac estate. But this biopic that's about to come out, is in the making, is authorized by Tupac's estate. Now it's like, okay, sorry. Okay, so the Tupac documentary is underway, and the 12 Years a Slave filmmaker Steve McQueen has been the person appointed to direct. According to Deadline, the project has been made with the blessing of Tupac's estate and Amaru Entertainment. Pac's estate trustee Tom Whalley will co-produce the film along with Jason Jackson and White Horse Pictures' Nigel Sinclair. Tupac's aunt, Gloria Cox, will also serve as an executive producer for the film. The film is something that Tupac's mother wanted to make happen before she passed away in 2016, God rest her soul, through the company that officially handles all of her son's posthumous projects, Amaru Entertainment. Both Interscope and Universal Publishing Group will be involved with the film, giving McQueen access to Tupac's musical catalog. Now, as I just read before, I don't see why we need another documentary of Tupac. We already seen Tupac Thug Angel, Tupac Assassination, and now they're about to do this biopic, which a lot of people are very excited to see, and then they're making a documentary. It's like, what's the point of making a documentary if they're gonna make the movie? You know, we already seen the documentary, and in actuality, I do agree. I don't see what else they can say in the documentary that we already know. I don't see anything they can tell us something that we already know, unless they have something to tell us that we don't know, which is, I highly doubt that, because everybody knows everything about Tupac by now. But I will give this a pass. I will give the pass only because Tupac's mom wanted this documentary to be done before she passed. But for her, I'm gonna give this full length a pass. I'm not gonna shit on it. There's no reason for me to shit on it, but because it's a Tupac documentary, so you know. The only thing I'm just saying I'm not fully approve of this Tupac documentary is because what else do you need to tell us that we don't know? We already know mostly every fucking thing. So what's the point of making a documentary? But since it's the blessing of Tupac's mom, we as people, we need to give it a shot. We need to listen to it. We need not listen to it. We need to watch it if you want to. You don't have to watch it if you don't want to. But I'm personally gonna give the documentary. I'm probably gonna check the documentary out once it's be released. Whenever it released. So is the Tupac documentary be better than the biopic? I don't know. I really don't know. Is the biopic gonna be better than the full length documentary? I don't know I don't know that well. Probably be just as both as good. Whether the people think the biopic's better than the documentary better than the biopic is just their opinion. But it looks like it's pretty good. The only thing the documentary got an advantage over the biopic is both the authorization of Tupac estate, and both Interscope and Universal Publishing Group will be involved with the film. And 12 Years a Slave filmmaker Steve McQueen, who won an Oscar who won an Oscar for the film 12 Years a Slave, is in there to direct. So, and then Tupac's aunt Gloria Cox is going to be in there. I mean, it's going to be the executive producer. So it looks like it might be better than the biopic. I don't know, but based when I see in the biopic, it looks like it's going to be a freaking great movie. I don't know how the documentary going on top the biopic, but we'll see what happens, man. But rest in peace, Tupac's mom. I'm not gonna say her name because I can't pronounce her name right. So I don't want to be disrespectful. So, and that's about it. That's another addition to the Enlightened Ignorance podcast. If you are watching us on YouTube, listen to us on SoundCloud. If you listen to us on SoundCloud, you can watch us also on YouTube. Make sure y'all check us out every week. We love y'all. We thank y'all. We're gonna keep doing this shit. Even how to do the shit by myself week after week, but I can't do this without my boy Davion. So hopefully we have him by next week, because that's my boy. And that was this idea was both of ours, and we want to see it strive. You want us to see it to do big and great fucking things, But that's about it, guys. Thank you for listening to the show, and if you listen to this podcast, we're not dumb, we're not stupid, we're just ignorant who happens to be enlightened about it. Because this is a enlightened ignorant podcast. Peace out.